developing new leadership for underperforming schools. Hello, I'm Kelly Lynn, and this is Comcast Newsmakers. Joining me at this hour is Donald Fennoy. He is Executive Director of the New Leaders Program. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Tell me a little bit about the New Leaders Program. How does it work?
New Leaders goes out and recruits and selects and trains highly motivated, extremely intelligent people to run schools in urban environments.
You recruit these people. Where are you finding them?
All over the country, within the system that they work in. We have a national recruitment process, and we also have a local pipeline development process.
All right, these are people who have an education background who are interested in becoming principals at underperforming schools.
Absolutely. These are people who have understand the mission, understand the need, and want to work in places that are traditionally underserved.
All right, tell me what characteristics you're looking for, because you have a very strict selection process.
Right. We're looking for people who believe in the children that go to school in these places. We want people who are highly motivated and are willing to do the work necessary. And also people who are very self-reflective, who recognize that they're not perfect and are willing to learn all the time.
You've mentioned that the challenges in these schools is often dealing with the adults, not so much the children.
Yes, I think, we have to understand that a lot of time adult behaviors are entrenched. The one thing that's interesting about schools were built for the purpose of educating children, not for adults to have jobs. And often we find that adult issues get in the way. Kids come to the table as kids, and every parent brings what they have best forward. And I think the people who run those buildings have to understand you have to create a plan that deals with those things to move it forward. And there are many, many examples across this country where people have made it happen in very difficult environments.
All right, so you're looking for somebody who has the education credentials. Mm-hmm. You're looking for somebody who has a master's degree, mm-hmm. somebody who's dedicated and committed to this goal.
Yes.
And who is, most importantly, patient.
Yes, yes.
So
yes.
Once selected, then what happens? How many people, first of all, do you select per year?
In Baltimore, we accept up to 16 people. And we have maybe 400 applications for those 16 positions. We then, after we go through the process, we send them off to Boston University for 4 weeks of intense training with some of the greatest authors around school leadership in the country. Then we bring them back. We place them with a very good mentor principal. And they become now the resident principal, just like a doctor would have a residency. They have a residency for a year. And during the course of that year, they have ongoing training weekly, and then also opportunities to interact with the national network 2 other times during the course of that year. But they're responsible for very specific items and projects that are assessed by both us as a local team and the state of Maryland to ultimately give them the proper credentials.
All right, tell me how many people you've placed in the program. You've been around for what, about 10 years now?
10 years. Well, in Baltimore, we've been around for about 6.
Okay.
And we have placed, around 70 new leaders total over the years. Currently, there are 61 new leaders working within Baltimore City Schools and 8 residents out in the field now.
Tell me how you're measuring the success with these individuals who are out in the school system at this point.
Well, obviously student achievement, but then there's other factors, retention rates, how our principals staying. And our principals on average stay beyond 6 years within the school systems. We all have to understand that consistency is a big issue in a lot of our underperforming schools. Consistency in children's behaviors, adult behaviors, and just people. One of the things that makes, I think, principals successful is the opportunity to have time to develop their plans and get people acclimated to and bought into the vision that they're setting for that environment.
So there's no cost for the program. People simply need to apply. How do they do that?
They can go to our website, newleaders.org, or they can contact the school system. The school system knows exactly how to find us, or they can contact their principal. Since we have so many principals in Baltimore City, someone knows someone who is in New Leaders, and that's all they have to do.
All right, thanks so much. Donald Fennoy from New Leaders. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you for having me.
And we thank you so much for watching Comcast Newsmakers. If you would like more information about events that are happening in your community, go to Comcast On Demand and click Get Local. I'm Kelly Lynn.